my brother's girlfriend's birthday, I decided to paint a little wooden trinket box as a gift. I originally wasn't sure what I wanted to do for the birthday, but I figured this was nice enough. She has a lot of jewelry, so this was perfect. I decided I wanted to go with a celestial theme, and since this is the first wooden box I've ever painted in my life, using gouache especially, this was a pretty safe theme for me to do since I usually end up defaulting to painting those themes when I'm trying something new. It's either that or clouds. It just so happens to work out that she also quite loves celestial themes. So that made this project a lot easier, and I did not have to go out of my comfort zone too much to try to figure out what I wanted to do for her birthday. I spent a good chunk at the beginning kind of laying out a gradient for what would be the background for what will eventually go on top, which would be clouds leading into a night sky. And the top of the box, I planned on having the moon as one of the focal points there. And at the bottom of the box, I decided to do a more simple water theme to it, kind of like you're looking at it from the ocean. So they don't exactly go hand to hand, and there are a few things that I did in the end that when I looked at it afterwards, I realized maybe I should have done it a different way, but I still think it came out quite cute. As always, I had a lot of fun painting the clouds. They are usually one of the things I enjoy painting digitally very easily, but traditionally with my paints, watercolor, gouache, etc., especially watercolor, I tend to struggle a bit when it comes to making them actually look like clouds. And I feel like this time around, it actually looks pretty good. And I guess, that's fitting considering this is a gift, so it should look like the best work that I have done. And if it didn't, I definitely wouldn't have given it to her and probably would have redone it and been frustrated that I had to redo it. I will say that the top of the box is probably my favorite, which makes sense considering that is the part you are going to see the most when you use this kind of box. But I will also say that the inside of the box is my second favorite, and you'll see what I plan on doing later for the inside of the box, but I was quite happy with how this came out. At the beginning when I was working on the top of the box, I thought it looked a little bit messy, but it slowly began to come together as I'm adding in the white, and eventually I start adding in some darker colors to really add depth to the clouds and to make sure they actually look like they're separate and not just one giant blob. I was having a little bit of trouble maintaining the contrast with the colors that I had. I was really running low on certain colors, especially in my blues. Specifically running low on my Prussian blue in this set, which Prussian blue is one of my favorite colors to work with, and I was using a lot of other colors to try to kind of avoid having to use that as much, but I ultimately needed to do a lot more color mixing to get the deeper, darker colors that would really start to bring this together. I will also confess that this moon came out a lot better than I ever expected it to. When I first laid down this color, I thought it was beautiful, but also a little bit funky for what I was going for. And it took a couple of coats for it to actually come together the way I expected, but once it started laying down like this, I really started to fall in love with the moon. And eventually it comes together even more when I start adding an additional set of things around this moon, but I truly think it is beautiful. There are a couple things that I added in the end on this part of the box that I don't really feel like I needed to add, but I don't think it detracts too much that I ended up disliking it. I think it was unnecessary to some degree, but I do really like how the top of the box came out. we move on to the bottom of the box where I do a simplified kind of ocean effect. It is really just using the school to kind of outline the waves and then eventually adding a starlit sky. And you see it coming together slowly. I really did enjoy this part of the project. I will say that one of the things that I found the hardest when it came to working on this was just finding the best way to hold the box so that I would be able to get the right angle to paint it and be able to see things clearly, since as you can see I am holding it up a little bit, tilting it up a little bit with one finger. One, because I was a little bit too impatient to wait for the paints to dry before I moved to the next area, and two, because of that I wanted to avoid trying to get any of the paint that I just put down on my hands. So I could learn to be a little bit more patient with my work when it comes to this if I do this again, because I would really like to, since I really enjoy doing this. But I really like how the bottom came out, and even though when you hold it open it doesn't exactly connect the way I would like, which is what I meant when I said I would do certain things differently, I still like how it came out and I think it's beautiful. As I work on the inside of the box, I am painting once again even more clouds. And originally this concept was supposed to be kind of you peeking through the clouds, looking at the moon from a different angle, but I decided to do the moon a little bit differently on the inside of the box, so not exactly the same scene, but still the same concept of you opening the box to peer at the moon. And the moon is peeking from the clouds. And the moon gets redone a couple of times on the side to kind of make sure it stands out. And I do add my usual pop of gold to really make sure it stands out from everything else, and also to add some stars in there as well. I decided while I was using the gold to paint the stars that I actually like the idea of the gold being the rim of the box as well. And originally I was going to have the cloud pattern kind of continue up from the bottom of the box up to the top of the box and just have it connect like that. But instead I decided I really like this gold edge that really kind of made everything pop, in my opinion. I really like this gold edge to the box. I think it looks really pretty. I think this gold is a gorgeous color. It is a Holbein Gorilla Gold, and it is very nice. I enjoyed using it a lot, and I think this really did add a very nice touch to this project. All in all, like I said, I really enjoyed working on this project, and I would actually really enjoy working on more boxes like this in the future. They would probably only really be for gifts because I have no other real reason to be painting them, but I truly had a blast with this. So, thank you all for watching.